This is a video that could be taken down at any moment because you are about to watch an alien autopsy, and this footage dates back to 1995 from a British television documentary. You can see an alien lying on an operating table. It has multiple injuries on its body, is clearly deceased, and a doctor is performing an autopsy on this alien. The creator of this documentary, Ray Santilli, claimed that in 1992, while looking for Elvis Presley videotapes, he stumbled upon an original film reel from a retired military cameraman. He watched the tape over and over, only to discover it was footage of the US military dissecting an alien corpse after the 1947 Roswell incident. According to Errol's account, in the UFO crash there, 2 aliens died on the spot, and eventually, Errol did not survive either. So, if what Errol said is true, then the alien being autopsied in this video is either one of the first 2 who died, or Errol himself. Immediately after its release, the footage of the alien autopsy caused a global sensation. More than 32 countries and territories broadcast this documentary. And then, of course, some were completely captivated, while others worked to debunk it. Many viewers with medical knowledge noticed the doctors in the film were holding scalpels incorrectly, not like professionals at all. Furthermore, the so-called alien looked very suspicious. Something just seemed off. By 2006, facing intense criticism, Mr. Santilli suddenly admitted the film was not entirely real. Instead, he had used the original film to reconstruct the scene. In the entire film, only a few frames were from the original footage. But in the same year, the special effects expert for the film came forward to confess that the alien in the film was made by him using latex rubber over 4 weeks. As for the organs, after the autopsy, they were bought from beef and lamb butchers in London. By 2017, the film's executive producer also confirmed this and stated that he deeply regretted it, because his work was now being used by UFO enthusiasts around the world as proof of the existence of aliens. But many people didn't buy this explanation. The fact that the filmmakers suddenly changed their story after so many years led people to believe they were surely silenced by the government. The issue isn't whether this documentary is real or not, but about the Roswell incident and Area 51. It is believed that the secrets America is hiding are thousands of times more shocking than an alien autopsy. 1,000,000 times over. In November 1989, an engineer named Bob Lazar, in a television interview, stated that he was working for the government at Sector S4. His job was to use UFO debris to reverse engineer alien technology. As we've mentioned, after the Roswell incident, the US military's B-2 bomber has always been rumored to be a product of reverse-engineered UFO technology. In addition, the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft of that era was also incredibly advanced for its time. Reports indicate that this reverse engineering effort did not stop after the B-2 was developed, but continued in secret. According to Bob Lazar, after the Roswell incident, the crashed UFO was still relatively intact at the scene. Therefore, the US military quickly transported it for secret research. From then on, more UFO crashes occurred across the United States, and after each incident, the US military transported the UFO debris, the wreckage, to Area 51 to study alien technology, and then apply it to military weapons. Bob Lazar's research institute was located in the Papoose Lake area, southwest of Area 51. That place was called the S4 facility. The first time he set foot in S4, Bob Lazar saw a series of strange spacecraft. He thought they were new aircraft built by the US military, only to be stunned when he realized they were all alien spacecraft. It turned out that the UFO sightings in many parts of the US were actually scientists from the S4 facility piloting alien spacecraft on test flights. That's also why, after many UFO sightings, the US government would vehemently deny everything, sometimes claiming they were weather balloons, other times claiming strange weather phenomena. It was all to cover up the fact that the US military was studying alien technology. After extensive research, the S4 facility finally discovered that these disc-shaped spacecraft could travel at incredible speeds through space because they used a type of fuel not found on Earth, element 115. This element was not successfully synthesized until 2003 by the Joint Institute for Nuclear Research in Dubna, Russia. It was named Moscovium. Lazar further explained, the aliens would equip their spacecraft with a miniature reactor and bombard the element Moscovium with protons. At this point, Moscovium would transform into element 116 and then immediately decay. The newly created element 116 would become extremely unstable, then begin to fission, releasing a massive amount of energy. That is the principle behind the operation of the alien spacecraft. Another mind-blowing fact is that at the bottom of each alien spacecraft are 3 gravity amplifiers. The gravitational field they generate compresses the surrounding space and time, thereby shortening the distance and time for interstellar travel. However, this mode of operation, especially the anti-gravity device, is still something that current human technology cannot achieve. Therefore, the reverse engineering research at the S4 facility also reached a stalemate. In the Roswell incident of that year, the surviving aliens were not just the character Errol, whom we introduced in the previous episode, but also another alien that was still living at Area 51 under the codename EBE-2. After the Roswell incident, this alien was detained at Area 51, or rather, held in confinement at Area 51 to continue assisting the US military in UFO research. During this time, EBE-2 was in constant contact with its home planet and revealed a great deal of information about its alien civilization, before suddenly passing away due to illness. It is rumored that by communicating with EBE-2, the US military learned the location of the alien civilization and even launched an exchange program to their planet. This footage is a simulation, a recreation of EBE-2 giving an interview. The US military provided the alien with a translation device. After learning English, the alien could use this device to communicate freely with the researchers. EBE-2, just like RL, was a little grey alien, the kind we often see depicted. The greys claim to come from the Reticulum constellation, the Zeta Reticuli binary star system. The Zetans have been visiting Earth for over 100,000 years. They came to Earth in search of necessary resources and also took flora and fauna from Earth back to study species, reproduction, and so on. Not long after, the Zetans successfully established diplomatic relations with the US and government, and even brought 12 American scientists and researchers to the Zetan planet to witness firsthand and learn about the social conditions of the Zetans. Later, conspiracy theorists in the UK claimed that in order to obtain Zetan technology, the US government secretly signed a treaty with the Zetans. They provided humans and Earth's resources to the Zetans for research, in exchange for advanced alien technology. Some of the little greys subsequently stayed at Area 51, working for the US government and military, helping America develop high technology. This theory may sound far-fetched, but it surprisingly aligns with some anecdotal evidence gathered over the years. In 2014, American engineer Boyd Bushman, before his death, left behind a shocking revelation. He said he had worked alongside aliens at Area 51. These aliens were over 230 years old, currently held US citizenship, and were helping the US military develop technology. During the interview, Bushman presented several photos as evidence. The appearance of the aliens in the photos was identical to the little greys we have seen. There's also this photo. This photo was revealed by a man named Phil Schneider in the 1990 seconds. In the photo are America's top scientists of the time. The second person from the right is Schneider's father, and the person standing in front is an alien. His IQ is said to be 1,200, and he is believed to be 490 years old. He has been working for the US military on Earth for 58 years with no signs of aging. Schneider claimed to be a survivor of the Dulce Wars and had been the target of assassination attempts. Sure enough, 6 months after Schneider exposed the Dulce incident, he was found dead in his home. The US police ruled it a suicide. But later, the FBI released a statement claiming Schneider was just a mentally ill person. He committed suicide because he was foolishly playing with radioactive materials at home, couldn't bear it, and ended his life. Of course, nobody believed this ridiculous reason. Whenever someone comes forward to expose something, they end up either labeled as mentally ill or charged with a crime. It's too convenient to be a coincidence, just like with Bob Lazar. In his case, it was discovered that he was arrested in 1990 for pandering. It's hard to believe. It doesn't fit the image of a scientist who graduated from a prestigious university at all. But despite this, many people believe that the US government intentionally erased all of Bob Lazar's academic records and deliberately brought up his past arrest for pandering to undermine his credibility, to assassinate him socially. The famous American physicist David Bohm, after watching Bob Lazar describe the operating principles of the spacecraft, said this: "My conclusion is that, from a scientific standpoint, what he describes is problematic. In many cases, he demonstrates a clear lack of understanding of physical theory. To put it bluntly, this kid doesn't know a damn thing about physics. And as for the alien autopsy footage we mentioned at the beginning of the video, it may look real, but when you think about it, it's not that hard to create. Hollywood produces countless alien movies every year. They even have a professional industry chain for creating aliens, little greys. Never mind an autopsy, making a little grey give birth would be no trouble at all. The debunkers have even created a website, which provides detailed instructions on how to create a little grey, what materials to buy, how to do the makeup. For those who don't know how to do makeup, where to learn, it's all meticulously laid out. This website also analyzes the alien autopsy film. Everyone can study this website, and for just $2,000, I think anyone could do it at home. If you're crafty enough, you could probably make your own little grey.